Yo, what's good, my people? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talk. Today, we getting in a topic that's probably gonna step on some toes, but y'all know one thing we do on this page, we keep it all the way 100. So we go get straight into it. We talking about alcohol and riding. With the riding season kicking off again, we got a lot of events that we go attend. A lot of people putting on events and stuff. We go address this alcohol and riding situation. So I'm gonna start off by saying this: everybody is held accountable. When you riding with the fellas, you riding with your club, you riding with a crew, whoever you ride with, everybody is accountable for everybody, because at the end of the day, we all want to make it back home. So when we go out to these events and you see your partner over there that had too many drinks, it's time for everybody to take accountability and stop letting people jump on these bikes after they done had too much. I know it comes down to a fight sometimes, but that's a risk that I'm willing to take. I'd rather you fight me than me let you go home drunk and you end up wrecking and killing yourself. We done lost too many brothers on the battlefield because of they drinking and not being able to ride, and accidents, and a lot of it be drunk drivers on the road as well. So I'm not just blaming it on drinking and riding, but still, we got to get a hold of that. All this going to these events and partying and having a good time and don't know how to control your alcohol and starting fights at the club and being disrespectful to the ladies and stuff. It's time we get a grip on that this year. This season we gonna start addressing it. We got too many followers that allow this stuff to go on amongst the clubs, amongst the crews, amongst the groups. It's time for everybody to start taking accountability and be responsible for your man. Like me and my guys, we may fall out today, but we'll talk about it tomorrow, long as everybody get home safe. So we need everybody to step up to the plate. Stop letting these people drink and party and have a good time, and then you watch them go get on their bike and they slithered, they toe up, and you go watch them get on their bike, and some of y'all responses be, it ain't me, it ain't my bike. Like, nah, if you riding with somebody and you feel that way about them, honestly, you don't need to be riding with them, because clearly you don't care about their life and their well-being. So if you feel that way, if you one of them ones that I always say, it ain't me, he a grown man, let him do what he go do, then you need to quit riding with that person ASAP, because clearly you don't give a fuck about what he got going on in his life. Some people just have a habit, they get started and they can't stop. And you got to be the one to control that. And I'm not saying you control they stopping, they drinking or whatever the case, but take their keys. Even if you got to go out to the parking lot and unplug their fuel line and let all the gas run out so the bike won't start. Do whatever you need to do in your power to keep them from jumping on that bike and trying to ride it home or ride it wherever. Also, when we at these functions and you see your guy done had too much to drink and he over there harassing these women and being disrespectful and stuff, take accountability, step up. If you know that man with you, look, man, go over there and holler. Look, bro, you got to tone it down. You tripping, man. Like, one thing that I hate to see is somebody in the club function that's done had too much to drink and he in there starting trouble. Now you got everybody in the club ready to jump on this man. And of course, we know the golden rule. Like, if you come with them, you ride with them. So if one fight, we all fight. We all get down like that. Every set know that. We ain't gonna never leave a man to get jumped. But sometimes these folks be asking for it. Sometimes they be creating their own mischief. And we have to step in and get involved in some bullshit because of what he done. But if we simply not allow it, like, hey, dog, tone it down. I'd rather you beef with me and fight with me than to be in here fighting with these guys that we don't even know. Because one thing I can tell you for sure, everybody's strapped these days. Everybody. Ain't nobody got time to be sitting here playing these little games. Ain't nobody got time to sit here and be fighting, because one thing, people don't know what you gonna do. Because there's so many guns out here on the set, so many guns out here in the world. Don't nobody know whether you trying to really fight or whether you want to shoot. So 9 times out of 10, everybody already thinking about pulling that trigger. But it can all be prevented if, number one, you know how to control your alcohol, and number two, the people with you know how to control you theirself. It's all about policing everybody up. One thing we learned on the battlefield, never leave a fallen comrade. So if you see your comrade out there getting drunk and twisted and you see he out of control, you got to police him up. That's just the only way we go get all this nonsense solved. We got to stop letting these people jump on these bikes while they been drinking. We got to stop letting these people drink and go to these parties and start shit and beef with folks. We got to stop letting these folks get too drunk and go in here and harass these women. And y'all social clubs, this don't exclude y'all either, because some of y'all women can have too much to drink and y'all turn into a whole nother person as well. I done seen plenty of y'all out here doing some nonsense. So it's about everybody policing everybody up. Let's have a good riding season. Let's enjoy our halls. Let's enjoy the events that's being put on by these different clubs and different venues and stuff. Let's travel around the world, meet and greet, and have a good time. I don't want to be going to no funeral because somebody done took themselves out because they was riding drunk and done hit a pole or did something, because they was intoxicated. Sometimes you got to think, if I would have stopped it then, I could have prevented this. And a lot of times it's true, because one thing I tell you for sure, when somebody get drunk or they done had too much to drink, it's a lot of people standing around watching them drink. And it's a lot of people speaking about it, but just not saying nothing to that person. We got to take the initiative to say it to that person, even if I don't know you. You could be by yourself and I see you done had too much to drink. One thing about it, I'm a man, you know what I mean? And I respect everybody as a man, but we all have families, we all have loved ones, and we all have people that want us to come home safe. So if I don't know you and I see you done had too much to drink, man, you're gonna have to fight me, man. That's one thing about it. Like, I'd rather fight you now, even though you twisted and drunk, I going to knock you out, but you'll wake up tomorrow and still be able to enjoy your family, as opposed to waking up on a hospital bed half dead or either dead and people planning a funeral, man. That's just a risk I'm willing to take. I'd rather fight you. I don't care. I'm one of the ones, like, if it come down to it, let's do it. Like I said, ain't nobody got time for no nonsense, man. So let's police everybody up. Let's make sure we having a good riding season. Let's put down the alcohol. And I'm not saying don't drink at all. If you go drinking, you go party, get you a room, have somebody watch your bike, or make sure they get you to a hotel or whatever the case. I'm pretty sure your loved ones would rather you stay in a hotel that night and come home the next day, as opposed to getting that call at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning that she done wrecked because you was intoxicated on your bike. So let's be mindful of each other. Let's look out for each other, brothers. Let's make sure we all getting home safe this year and we enjoying our ride and we go have a good time. Twist that throttle and let's move. All right, I'll get with y'all later. Peace.